Hi guys, I'm back and I'm going to put these earbuds in and I'm hoping that Izzy will join us again. I'm not sure why we're having technical difficulty. Bear with us. Hi guys, thanks for joining us. I know, it's live. It's just like being on live television. You just never know if things are going to work or they're not going to work. And I'm going to throw on my glasses one more time and see if we can. There's Izzy. Come on, Izzy. We got to do this. This works now. Fingers crossed, Izzy. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Are you there?
There we go.
Yay! We did it.
Can you hear
Okay.
me? Can you hear me better now?
I could totally hear you now.
Yeah, I
It's
think I
these.
think it was an IG. I think it was an IG issue.
You think so?
Yeah, it was. Because this is the first few times we connected, I couldn't even see you. Just it wasn't connected.
You know what? It's everywhere around the world. People are complaining about Wi-Fi and Instagram and how slow everything. Maybe a testament to really what's going on in the world. We all need to just slow down. What do you think of
Yeah,
that?
100%. I mean, we live in a fast world. There's so much going on. Everybody's trying to build, connect, get there to their version of whatever there might be.
Get there. Yes.
And sometimes times like this or certain situations remind us of that you do need to take time to slow down and focus on not necessarily what you're building, but
So, Izzy, can I call you Izzy?
of course, yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so first, before I was introducing you, so everybody who's stuck around, I appreciate it to listen to us talk. So I was telling everybody about you and that you were a former athlete, NFL player for the Chicago Bears. So you played in the Super Bowl. That in itself is incredible. Uh, have we met? Did we meet at TSN when I was at CTV?
I'm not sure. We probably did. I mean, I've done
You
a
were there
lot
on
of
the weekends. I was there on the weekends,
that's it. Right. And
right?
I was there every Saturday,
Every
Sunday to Monday. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me
So
too. I bet you we met each other. See
I
how the
believe
world
it.
brings us
It's
together.
a
So
small world.
it is a small world, and it's not just about you being a pro athlete. It's also about all the work that you've been doing since then. So, of course, you're an entrepreneur. A lot of people know you as an entrepreneur, but it's your philanthropic work that really draws people to you for motivation and inspiration. I know that you work with tens of thousands of youth every year and you inspire young people to do better and feel better. Maybe you can talk about that now because I do think that will help people.
Yeah, I've really just been so blessed during my journey, and I had a lot of mentorship and support along the way, and I always felt having this incredible platform that was football, the NFL, that it was important for me to do what I could to be that same support that I received for some young man or young woman out there, and that's really at the core of what we've tried to do with the work we do in the community. And that's just be there, support, use our gifts, our abilities, the things that we're fortunate to be a part of, to help those, to elevate those, and to continue to hopefully, my in my vision, hopefully there's in the work that we've done, there's a young woman or a young man out there that's a part of the work that we do and part of our community, and the hope is that one day they go forward and transform the lives in their community and pay it forward in that capacity. So I think
How do we continue to inspire youth right now to rise? I mean, they're isolated. So many of them are feeling so down. They are. I can't even come up with the words. I watch my own children, and then I think about other kids who perhaps are at risk for various mental health issues or other issues going on for them. But how do we continue to help rise up that part of our society right now?
well, I think the message that I've been sharing is take this time to build internally, to build self, to
Mm.
build your own skills, your gifts, your abilities, and to do that intentionally with the notion of once this quarantine is over and the world restarts in whatever capacity, that you're you've been leveled up in some capacity, that you have more to offer, you have more to give, you're more focused, you're stronger in whatever element you've been working on. And I think for each of our kids, for each of those young men and women that we connect with, it's different, right? So if your dream is always to be in the entertainment industry, to sing, to communicate through voice or music, during this time, more than ever, you should be focused on sharpening those gifts, right? If your gift is to write, you more than ever, you have like so much time to sharpen the weapon, sharpen your gift, sharpen your abilities during this time of what we're going through. And it's easy to make excuses for, oh, I'm at home, I'm bored, you
Well,
know,
yeah.
I'm bothered. You know, that's the easy path.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the more challenging path, but the path with the greater opportunity and upside is to focus on where is the opportunity, right? What can I do now to really take advantage of things when the world changes? And you know, you
I
know,
love that.
I
I love
look
that
at,
for me. I love that for me so much. I'm thinking about when we get off this conversation, what I'm going to do. I want to make a list of all the things I really want to accomplish
yeah,
after this quarantine. And if there's a way that I could just spend time working on that myself for me, that would be a blessing. But I'm thinking about kids and youth
yeah.
and to help them with that, try to organize them. So parents who may be watching this right now, they may say, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of having that conversation with my kid because he's buried in his PlayStation or on his computer or whatever electronic he or she may be buried on. And I haven't had that meaningful, motivational conversation with him or her. So,
Well, and who better than our parents, right? Sometimes I was fortunate. Like there was a time in my life where I did not want to play football, and literally because of my mother, she forced me to go to my first real practice, because she just wouldn't take no for an answer. She said,
really,
you're going to go to this practice, and if you don't like it, guess what? You'll just be home. You know, so who better than our parents to like
wow.
know kind of what the gifts that we love and the gifts that are kind of hidden in our hearts. And I think I mean, I often use the word intention. You've got to be intentional, especially with our kids, on setting a schedule for the day.
Yes.
Don't let the day just run on and on and on. Like, we're going to get up, we're going to do this from this time to this time. We're going to have a plan to do XYZ. We're going to do our vocal lessons from this time. We're going to play the piano. We're going to draw. We're going to go work out, and just have a really intentional plan. The plan being different, the plan having some nuances to it, but it's very structured, and that actually helps in when so many people just these days are running on, and they just like when does it stop? And potentially this could go for another month, another 2 months, right? 3 months. So
Yeah.
there's got to be a lot of an intention on how you approach every day. And often, I talk about like winning, or how do you win in the things that we're working on. You got to be intentional of setting those little wins up for each and every one of your children, and even for yourself
I
personally.
love that too. Set up a win. Have the motivational, meaningful conversation with your kids and then set up the win. I
That's it.
love it. Izzy, this is so good. Look, you're making me smile. I'm telling you, I woke up this morning and I thought, I don't know where I'm going to find it in me to make today better than yesterday, because today felt exactly like yesterday.
Yeah.
And I know my kids were feeling the same way. I know everybody that I speak to feels the same way. And I think that those are two huge pearls of wisdom that you just gave us in
Oh,
like
thank you.
minutes. I love it. Can you tell me about when you were honored, when President Obama honored you?
Oh, the points of light. Yeah, it was a special award, and obviously to be able to go to the White House and spend some time with the president, and but I truly felt like that I was receiving that award on behalf of the thousands of people that support the work we do in the community. I'm a small piece of the work. I get to show up. I'm fortunate to have a brand, to have a platform, but the volunteers, my staff, our team, the corporations that donate, the people that bring the kids to all the events we do, the organizations that support the youth leadership programs we do, that's it takes it's an army of people committed to giving and impact, and I was just so honored to be able to represent that collective group that every year and year after year for the last 15 years had been committed to supporting our kids, and to be able to get that recognition, and to celebrate and highlight the work, and then also the mentees, like to change any situation, especially when it comes to people's lives. The person also needs to be ready to put in the work, right?
Yeah.
When you talk about a youth leadership program, we're fortunate to have these incredible kids that come into the program. They learn about their self-awareness and who they are. They put in the work. They write their programs. I mean,
That's amazing.
it takes two to build anything special when it comes to building people. And it was just really amazing. And then the former president was just,
I mean, he's
just
Obama.
oh, he's
I know.
amazing. He's
I
amazing.
just saw him speak a couple, like in February. He was here in the Toronto area, and I mean, really blown away by him. That's why I asked, because I'm just more interested as to what
Yeah.
did you think of him too? I mean, blew me away.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know if you
special.
can see all the people that are joining and they're waving. I mean, if there's anybody who has any questions for Izzy before we let him go,
Ask
yeah,
away. Ask
ask
away.
away. I don't want anyone to feel shy. We're waving back at all the people as well. You made a really good point about volunteering and giving back. And I think people have had this hopeless, helpless feeling where they feel that they don't have a purpose in their community right now because they're not able to physically go out and volunteer and physically do something for others. But I tend to disagree with that. I think that there is still a give back that will really help fill you up as a human being. And maybe you could speak to that, give some advice on how we could do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the very core essence of humanity in this journey we're all on is about giving, right? It's about connecting with people, and giving of your gift, right? So I think, to me, the first analysis of that has always been internally, like, what is your gift? Like, do you know what your gift is? Do you know what your strength is? Do you know what your superpower is? Because that's where your giving should be, like, to give of your gift selflessly to someone or to the community, to people who need. Like, that's a magical opportunity, I think, for all of us. And once you know that, then it's really about making a plan of, like, how do I want to share this, and who do I want to share it with? Like, is it with the elderly? Is it with kids? Is it through a special program? Like, how do you want to make that connection happen? And at the end of the day, it's about connection, right? And that connection being that, in a scenario where we used football, I do an annual football camp every year. It's a very simple thing,
That's
but it's really about just connecting with those kids, and really those coaches and those volunteers, and the broad message is, like, we're in this thing all together. We're in this
we are.
journey of life as a community.
We're all in this together. And you know what? The other thing is really important is that we all have a superpower. We all have a superpower. And I think people need to realize that as we spend so much time by ourselves and isolated, that gives some thought to really what is that superpower that you have. Your job or what you do does not define who you are,
That's it.
right?
Right.
So you could find out what it is inside you that you feel that you can contribute to the rest of this planet. And everybody has it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who are you
Absolutely.
quarantining with?
I just myself, I'm at home. I have a gym here called Restore, so
I heard, yes.
I'm there every night. I'm there 3 nights a week. We do a live broadcasted class for people to get their 30 minutes of work every day.
I was just going to
Every
ask
day,
you. I was
30
just going to ask
minutes.
you. You segued for me, Izzy. That was so good. It was like perfect television, really. When you think about it, you just gave me my segue. I wanted you to tell me where people can connect with you. And also, I wanted to ask you about Restore because I was told about that today, that you are offering free online classes
Yeah.
that you're going to see me there. Just so
Come on, I'll be watching.
you're going to see me there because I am working out and I feel like I'm not hitting my optimum at all. So I've got to get there.
Well, I think what's interesting during this quarantine, it's not necessary. It's really about just, like, maintaining, and making sure you eat right. But at the end of the day, it's really about just the commitment. Every day, 30 minutes is not a long time. So,
No.
Our community has made a commitment. Like, you're going to do something to stay physically fit 30 minutes every day. And it's a challenging workout, but it's really about saying something that you're going to do and staying with that commitment for the next unforeseen amount of time. And I've been fortunate. I mean, it's interesting that, with a good nutrition plan, we're all getting in better shape. We're all getting stronger,
Really?
and
While in quarantine?
we're staying, we're our version of quarantine bodies. We're all going to be like abs and like really muscular when we come out of quarantine. And that's the goal. Just we're going to be in better shape physically and mentally as well.
Wouldn't that be nice if all of us could just finish all of this and walk away from this quarantine and self-isolation and say, I feel physically stronger, I feel spiritually and emotionally stronger because I've had the tools and time to really get to where I need to be. And we're really hoping that people do get there. We know
Yeah.
not everybody's going to get there. We know there will be a lot of people that are suffering
Yeah.
and will continue to suffer at the end of this. We know that.
Yeah.
But we're hoping if we've offered a little bit of inspiration today to individuals and to parents, that would be incredible. How do people find Restore?
Yeah, just it's at Team RSTR at TEAMRSTR, and we're there every day.
Is that on Instagram?
Yeah, on
Sorry,
Instagram.
okay.
Instagram Live. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So yeah, so 7 o'clock Central today we'll have a workout, and tomorrow we'll have one at 11 a.m. And all week, tune in, work out with us. And then obviously on my social media here, you can always reach out and send us a note and just be a part of our journey. We'd love to be a part of yours.
Right, and if people miss the live, it stays on your stories for 24 hours, and they can do
Yeah.
the workout and send me some feedback. I'd like to hear how people are doing. I hope that you have a beautiful weekend.
Thank you.
You're in the Chicago area?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what the weather's like there, but here in the Toronto area, it's kind of miserable. It's cold.
Yeah, it's a little chilly here too.
Yeah, it's not great, but everyone should get some fresh air, hopefully, this weekend as well. Izzy, was so nice to speak to you. I really hope that this quarantine ends sooner than later, and that hopefully that we can officially meet each other when this is all said
Yeah,
and
let's
done.
do this. Let's do this live soon.
I would love that.
In
Thank
person.
you
So
so much for offering us your
appreciate
pearls
you.
and all your motivation today. Have a
Thank
beautiful
you. I
weekend. And
appreciate you all tuning in. Be safe. Take
absolutely.
care of one another. Love you guys.
Be safe. Be healthy. Thanks, Izzy.